Hey gang, so let's do some linear transformations. Okay, so by now you've had some lessons on transformations, and now you've got this worksheet, and so let's see what we can do. Now we're not going to use our calculator, we're just going to do this straight up by hand. So let's look at this. The first one, g of x. So all the transformations started with this right here. They started with the parent function. That is our parent function. In fact, right now I want you to write the words parent function. That way I know you're watching the video and you're writing it. Then you're going to put your name. I'm going to put key on mine, or whatever block you are. All right, so here we go. We're starting with f of x equals x, my parent function. So I see here that two transformations happened. One happened here. Actually, there are three on this one. Ooh, I missed one. And two happened here. Okay, so I'm going to start with the 3 on the end. When you add a number on the end, that is the up or down. This is plus 3. So I moved up 3. Now we're not going to just say moved and draw an arrow up. We're going to write the words moved up 3. What did the 2 do? So the 2 is when you take it, and I'm going to draw a picture. So here's my parent function. The 2, remember this is my snow skier. The 2 is going to look like this. So it went from this to this. If I'm a snow skier, this is pretty steep right here, isn't it? That is a steep hill. It's not near as easy as the parent function was. So I'm going to say that it got steeper by a factor of, and I look, it's a factor of 2. All right, now the last thing I have is that negative right there. Remember, the negative takes it and flips it over. It like mirror images. It reflects it. So we're going to say it reflect over the y-axis. 3 transformations happened. Okay, so let's look at the next one. I see 3 on this one as well. I'm going to give you just a minute to kind of think about it, and then I'll work it. Okay, right here, I see a movement with the x. I see a little relationship right here with the x. When you move with the x, you're going to move horizontally because the x-axis goes left to right. Which way did I go? Well, I remember that x is, he's not a very trustworthy kind of guy. He lies. He says he's positive, or says he's negative, but I know he's positive. So if I'm moving positive, I'm moving this direction. I'm moving to the right. So I'm going to say that he moved right. How much? 2 units, or just 2 spots, whatever you want to say there. Then I need to look at this negative 1/2. Well, the negative, all that does is flip it, right? So real easily I can say it reflects over the y-axis. We always reflect over the y-axis. IXL is going to reflect over the x, but we don't have to worry about that. Okay, and then that 1/2. Ooh, that is a fraction. Oh, fractions make my head hurt. I don't like fractions. Oh yeah, that's right. Fractions take the parent function, makes its head hurt, and makes it lay down or compress down. So I'm going to say that it is a vertical, and I'm compressing it down, so I'm shrinking it down, or compressing. So vertical compression. There we go. I could say a vertical shrink as well. Like you're like, wait, and in addition to that, no, this would be an or. I could say vertical compression or a vertical shrink. Basically what I'm saying is I'm taking the parent function and I'm smushing it down. I'm shrinking it down. I'm making it lay its head down. All right, that's pretty good. All right, no, there's only one transformation on this. Can you figure it out? I'm going to give you a second. It's on the end, so it's not moving with the x. It doesn't have any parentheses, so we're not doing that. It's just moving. This is a minus, so it's moving down 3 units. And there it is. All right, on to number 4, 3 transformations. All right, I see some different terminology in here. I see that F in here denoting a function. I see movement with the x. I see that relationship with the x right here. And then I see this -4. Okay, -4. What's that going to do? Down 4. All right. With the x. When you move with the x, that's a side to side. It's negative, moving with the x. X lies, so I know it's not moving negative, it's moving positive. On the x-axis, this is the positive direction, so it moves right 4 units. What does that 2 right there do? 2 is bigger than 1, so that means it's stretching it. So it's taking it from this to this. It's getting steeper. By what factor? All right. All right. 2 transformations on the next one. I love that little spider on my hand. Wow! He's in the web. All right, -3. It's not with the x. There's nothing with the x. So it moves down 3 units. 5/6. That's a fraction less than 1. Fractions, my head hurts. So it's going to be less steep by a factor of 5/6. Or I could say vertically compressed or vertically shrinks. There's lots of different ways you can say it. Up here I said compressed. I could have said that it is a gets less steep. All right. Ooh, look at this one. Okay, so for this one where it says m is greater than 1, let's move the m down here and mark that off there. It's a little easier to read. All right, so, whoa, look at this. It's still the same thing, but what I've done here is given you kind of a leeway. Moves to the right, which makes it move to the right or left? Well, moving with the x is right or left. It says it's a -a, but I know it's line and it's a positive a, so it's going to move to the right a units. I just don't know what a is. Moves blank b units. B is positive, so it's going to move up b units. Vertical stretch by a factor of m is bigger than 1, so yeah, that is a stretch, so by a factor of m. This is just kind of an arbitrary way to look at it. That's a great test question, y'all. All right, here we go. 5 transformations. Go. Okay, I'm going to say that it moves which way 2 units? It's a -2, so it's moving down. Look at this movement with the x. X minus 3. Is that going to be moves left or right 3 units? Well, that's x minus 3. X's lie, so it's not moving -3, it's moving +3. So that's going to be, whoops, to the right, to the right, to the right. And then what's that 5 right here going to do? It's bigger than 1, so that's going to be a stretch. So we're going to say vertical stretch by a factor of what? A factor of 5. Very good. All right, number 8. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is leave the rest of them for you. I've already told you how many there are. There are 2 here, 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 2, 3 here, 2 here, 1, and 2 here. So when you finish this today, you are going to turn it into me. Be sure you do the other linear equation one. Let me grab it if I can get it. So this is the other one you should be doing if you haven't done it already. Some of my classes have done it, some have not. But finish this one and be sure your name's on it and turn this into me as well. Okay? And what I'm going to do at the end of this video, I'm going to go ahead, so I'm going to put this right here. Let me see if I can zoom that out so you can pause the video on it. All right, let me move my hands out of the way. You can pause your video here so that you have that page on there to kind of look at and copy from. All right, y'all, thanks for watching.